Hey, Brandon here. Welcome to the channel and thanks for tuning in. Welcome to week 5 edition of the 2024 Rookie Spotlight Series. Each and every week, I'm going to take a player from college football who had an extraordinary game, a productive game, who should be a 2024 rookie in our rookie draft next year, and put a spotlight on him. And today I want to talk about junior Texas running back Jonathon Brooks. So this series here is two-part. First, I'm going to give you a little breakdown, go over the stats, go over a little scouting report of what we saw in his game this past weekend, and then maybe give you a little draft capital where he is right now and some mock drafts, and then what maybe his rookie pick next year looks like very early. And Jonathon Brooks is an underrated running back in the 2024 class, okay? And you're going to see that here very shortly. The second part of this show, which is the cool part, is I'm going to link his highlight film at the end of the show. So after you get a little preview here of his game, you're going to be able to click that link and actually scout him for yourself. That is what this channel is dedicated to, scouting future fantasy and dynasty assets. So hit that subscribe button. Thank you for tuning in again. So let's talk about Jonathon Brooks. All right, he had a great day against Kansas this past weekend, all right, where he had 20 attempts, 217 yards, 2 touchdowns, averaging 10.9 yards per attempt. You can see right there on the screen his PFF grades as well. And the one thing I want to point out, look at his yards after contact, all right? 111 of his yards came, just under half of his yards came after contact, all right? It's actually about half. And look at the per attempt, 5.55 yards per attempt, yards after contact. It's one of the great things if you watch Jonathon Brooks. He is an underrated running back in the 2024 draft, and I'm here to put him on the map. One of my favorite sleepers heading into the draft cycle in 2024. But what do we like when we saw this film? All right, you're going to take a look. I'm going to post that film here very shortly. But what do I like when I saw? What scouting did I see? What traits did I see that make me think that he could potentially be a player that makes it to our dynasty and fantasy rosters, right? Well, let's get right to it. He's got excellent patience and vision. I think he has the really good ability to find the cutback lanes, follows his blocker, doesn't seem to rush through the line of scrimmage, and tries to pick the right spot to go. Something that is a hallmark of any running back, having that vision to be able to create on your own when things break down in front of you. He's got sweet feet. I either say you got sweet feet or beat feet, and I really like his footwork, especially two things of footwork I look for, kind of at the line of scrimmage footwork, and then footwork when you're in the second level with a little bit more acceleration. What are your feet? Can you dead stop and move, pivot laterally, redirect? I think he's got sweet feet. Not the best feet I've seen in the running backs in this class, but he's got enough footwork to make guys miss, and you have to do that to make it to our dynasty rosters. You can't just be a thumper up the middle. You got to be able to create on your own. And I think Jonathon Brooks has the ability to do that. Another thing I really love about his game is his forward lean, his pad level, and contact balance. Just the way he approaches, when he's approaching contact, he's always square to the delivery of the hit. A lot of guys in college, you'll see they kind of turn to the side and kind of protect themselves. This guy just leans into players and is a physical player and is not afraid to get his pads low and put a lick on a linebacker or DB. And you got to love to see that. You got to have the physicality to make it to our dynasty rosters to be a player who's going to be on the field a lot. And I think he has that. All right. Another thing we just talked about is 5.55 yards per attempt, contact, yards after contact per attempt. It's in that last part here of the scouting report that I really, really like of his game, is yards after contact. He's got that forward lean. This guy fights for every yard, but guys just bounce off of him. He's only, 207, we said? I mean, it's not really that big with a 6-foot height. Maybe he'll be 212, 215 by the time he gets to the NFL. Now, he is a junior, so there's a good chance that he might go back for his senior year. But, he's taking the majority of the carries in Texas, right? We all thought C.J. Baxter was going to be the guy. Certainly understandable coming into the season. But Jonathon Brooks has waited his turn behind Bijan, Roschon Johnson. Texas has a formula for putting running backs on our dynasty rosters, at least for the last few years. So you got to love it, man. I love his game. I love his scouting report. I think he's an underrated player, like I said. Now, just look at here. This only image is from mockdraftdatabase.com. All right, look where he is. Number 555. He's so freaking buried on the running back list. He is going to be a riser, I truly believe. I just don't think people right now thought that they were going to get this kind of production out of Brooks. But right now, I think this is we're early to the party here. I'm trying to put him on the map, put a spotlight on this kid. But this is somebody that you're going to want to continue to scout. I think he's a round 3 or 4 NFL draft pick next year. I think this running back class overall, is not that great. And again, subscribe to the channel, guys, because I'm going to be talking about the 2024 rookie class. We are beginning that season right now, and I'm going to have a ton of content with my podcast co-host Jason DeRienzo. We're going to be doing scouting films, all sorts of great content on here, getting you an early look at your 2024 rookies. And Jonathon Brooks right now, if you look at him, I mean, he's buried. But that's going to change. This guy's had 3 weeks of over 100-yard production, playing for a big program in Texas. They're ranked really high this year. Guys are going to start looking, and then what's going to happen when the draft guys start really digging into the film and scouting players, this kid is going to rise. So you have an early look here at a player who is going to, I believe, going to be an early, a late guy to the party for the 2024 class. And I think he's going to be a second-round, rookie selection. Right now it's really early, but given all the running backs in this class, there's not one guy. Maybe Trevion Henderson from Ohio State might be the guy right now who probably is my clear RB1. And after that, man, I think it is wide open. I mean, there are just no backs in this class that have, I think, the solid traits. They all have warts to some degree, and I'm not sure how many good backs. But Jonathon Brooks is not going to leapfrog maybe into the top 5. But this kid's going to get, I think, late day 2 draft capital, early day 3. And sometimes on a good situation, man, that's all you need to get us interested in fantasy and dynasty. All right, I'm going to put the link right now to the video. Take a look. Scout this kid for yourself, man. Click on the video. Hit that subscribe button first before you go to the video. Help me, please. It's all I ask is give me a subscribe. I'm going to grow the channel. This is your place for the 2024 content and 2025 and 2026 player reviews, films. We have it all here. Thanks for watching.